We were told a story, not by one person, not by one company, but by an entire civilization. A story repeated in classrooms, commercials, graduation speeches, and job interviews. Work hard, play by the rules, make smart choices, and you'll be fine. For a while, it even looked true. Your parents bought houses on a single income. College was expensive but survivable. Retirement was a finish line, not a fantasy. Then something shifted. Not overnight, not loudly, but quietly and permanently. Wages stopped keeping up. Costs stopped making sense. Debt became normal. Ownership became rare. And somehow, despite more technology, more productivity, and more opportunity than any generation in history, people felt poorer, more anxious, and more trapped than ever. So the question isn't, why are people struggling? The real question is, who benefits from that struggle? Because modern finance doesn't just extract money, it extracts attention, it extracts hope, and most dangerously, it extracts time. This isn't an accident, it's not bad luck, and it's definitely not your fault. This is a system of traps, designed, tested, optimized. And today, we're exposing 10 of the most effective ones, not just the scams you expect, but the ones hiding in plain sight. Trap number 1, influencer-backed crypto. A celebrity posts a single emoji, a rocket, a moon, a flame. Within minutes, millions of dollars pour into a digital token most buyers couldn't explain if their life depended on it. This is sold as democratized finance. In reality, it's something much older. Speculation, repackaged as rebellion. The playbook is simple. Create a token with no intrinsic utility. Seed it cheaply to insiders. Pay influencers in tokens or cash. Let retail investors provide liquidity. Exit silently. The public sees a movement. The insiders see an exit ramp. And when the price collapses, there's no customer support line, no refunds, no accountability. Just a Discord server that suddenly goes quiet. Crypto didn't fail because of technology. It failed because it recreated Wall Street, without the regulations, without the disclosures, and without the brakes. Trap number 2, the fake guru economy. Every era has its snake oil. Ours comes with a YouTube ad and a Lamborghini. They promise passive income, financial freedom, the blueprint they don't want you to know. But look closely at how they make their money. Not from real businesses, not from scalable value creation, but from selling the idea of escape. Courses, masterminds, inner circles, always one level deeper, always one payment away. The irony is brutal. If their system worked, they wouldn't need to sell it. The real product isn't education, it's hope, monetized. Trap number 3, metaverse real estate. We are told land is scarce, so when someone offers you digital land, it feels logical, until you realize it exists on a private server controlled by a single company with rules that can change overnight. This isn't property, it's a licensed illusion. You don't own land in the metaverse, you rent coordinates in someone else's database. And history is clear on what happens next. Platforms die, servers shut down, and assets vanish without a trace. Scarcity only matters when ownership is real. Trap number 4, vulture capital. Private equity doesn't create value, it extracts it. The formula is surgical. Buy a recognizable brand, load it with debt, cut labor, sell assets, raise prices, then walk away. Consumers pay more, workers lose jobs, communities collapse, but the spreadsheet looks fantastic. This isn't capitalism failing, this is capitalism working for a very small group of people. Trap number 5, sports washing. Sports make us feel united, which is exactly why they're so useful. When authoritarian regimes buy teams, leagues, or events, they're not chasing profits, they're buying legitimacy. You think you're buying a ticket. What you're actually funding is a rebrand. Entertainment has become a laundering mechanism, not for money, but for reputation. Trap number 6, the subscription loop. Once you owned things, now you rent everything. Music, movies, software, fitness, transportation, even your own data. Individually, each fee looks harmless. Together, they form a financial net, designed not to break you, but to never let you leave. This is the rentership society, and it turns freedom into a monthly payment. Trap number 7, clout debt. Social media rewired desire. You're no longer competing with neighbors, you're competing with algorithms. Debt becomes a costume, consumption becomes identity, and the interest, that's the tax on insecurity. Trap number 8, centralized exchanges. If you don't hold the keys, you don't own the money. Trust was the product, and it failed. When platforms collapse, they don't ask permission. They freeze, they vanish, they apologize. Decentralization was the promise. Centralization was the reality. Trap number 9, greenwashing. Nature shots dissolve into factories. Sustainability sells, so companies sell the image of it. Higher prices, same supply chains, better branding. The planet doesn't benefit, the margins do. 2% sounds small until time does the math. Fees compound faster than returns, and over decades, they quietly steal nearly half your future. In most cases, the expert isn't beating the market, they're beating you. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The system doesn't need you to fail, it only needs you distracted, confused, indebted, chasing illusions. Because a distracted population doesn't organize, it doesn't resist, it subscribes. This isn't a call to panic, it's a call to clarity. The most powerful move isn't buying the right asset, it's refusing the wrong ones. Owning less, but owning real things. Questioning incentives, protecting time. Because attention is the final currency, and once you control that, the traps lose their power. In a world built on deception, awareness is rebellion. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and remember, the most dangerous financial trap is believing the system was ever designed for you.